I'm gonna put the what was the biggest one of those? The 6+1.
Yeah, there was a
6+6. Oh, 12. Okay, I got 12 left in the wards. There it goes.
Okay. The other guys are content to stab you with their forks and then bite you.
All right.
Let me know what those forks are, because that's the thing that I don't want to hit him.
We'll do the forks first then. I've got a 19.
Yep.
And a 21.
Yep.
All right, I'll work on that 19. Let's see here.
No.
How's a 16 do?
Oh, it just hits.
16 still hits.
Sorry.
A valiant effort.
So the first fork, you didn't have any internal... Everybody received healing, right? I don't have you marked down as having any infernal wounds at the moment.
He had received healing since the last time he had an infernal wound.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, that's what my notes also reflect. Okay, so the first fork hit, you're looking at 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That gives you 1 infernal wound.
Yep.
Second fork hit, going to do 11 points of piercing damage. That gives you your second infernal wound.
Okay.
I've got a 12 to hit you with a bite.
Nope.
And I've got a 20 to hit you with a bite.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Is this going to bring you down, Kelian?
3 points of slashing damage from the bite.
All right.
Their forks are worse than their bite. What can I say? This guy here, he never left anyone's threat range. His goal was to try to get... They were looking like they're going to fan out into the room so they don't all get blasted with his gold dragon at once. But when he sees Kelian stab one of his buddy, he was going to go after Mahogany, but now he decides to go after Kelian.
Oh, come on. Really?
Everybody. I don't think he did it, though. I got a 14 with the fork.
That's a miss.
And a 12 with the bite.
That's a miss. Jesus. Wow.
All right.
Are you looking?
Well, here's the thing: is though that first fork, Sentinel.
Yeah, that's fine. He's in your threat range.
Yeah, that's a 17 with a bite.
17 hits.
4.
More to him.
19 piercing damage.
19. You didn't kill it in one hit. That's surprising. But I mean, you chomp most of this thing's shoulder and part of its wing off after it forks Kelian for the first time. It is now Kelian's turn.
All right. So, disengage.
Okay. What's your hit points looking at the moment? How bad did that go for you?
I have 7 hit points.
Okay.
That's a good number.
Kelian,
1-0.
he limps away.
The entire
And-
multiverse hates Kelian.
Well, that's fair.
Stop.
Oh, Kelian,
No.
you went too far.
Kelian, coming into
Yeah.
this room, you see 2 of the Hollow Men circling around towards you, and from the other direction, 2 of the little explodey bastards. And as soon as you step into the room, they all know what they're doing next.
This is the Jackie Chan moment.
Shoot the explodey boys.
All right. I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
That's it.
I'm just done. I'm done. We've got company.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Zook.
Zook hears out into here and says, "Oh, nice." He's going to whip a dagger at that guy, one of the explodey bastards.
Fling a dagger at the explodey bastard. Okay, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Talk,
Ooh,
Zook.
That's a bad miss.
How'd you do?
That was a 14.
14 hits.
Oh, baller.
And he explodes in a cloud of acid.
Too bad they're immune to acid.
Yeah, too bad.
Zook moving or staying put? They're in the doorway.
Zook is gonna move back here.
It's going to bring us to Liberation.
Liberation's gonna squeeze all around the Mahogany and go after the Spine Devil that messed up his boy Kelian.
Okay.
How does a 25 do?
25 hits. Oh, I guess I can put my Hollow Man on the list now.
Yeah, it's 8 damage on the first hit.
Give me 1 second as I put my Hollow Man on. Okay. You said 8 damage?
Yep.
Against... That was not the one that Mahogany bit. Okay.
Oh, okay, that one up there. Okay, then, yeah, I'm going to take another swing at him. Ooh, that's a 13.
13 hits.
5 damage.
5 more? Okay.
Yep.
It's bloodied.
I'm going to flurry.
Okay.
Take another 2 swings at him. I need to end him now. How does a 17 hit? Yeah, 17's gonna hit. So this, so yeah, that's good. So it's 10 damage and another 6 damage. 16 altogether for the last 2 hits.
And that's it for him.
All right, I'm going to. I took a bonus action to flurry. I'm sorry, Kelian. I will actually move up ahead of Kelian.
Brings us to Riot.
Riot's had it with these guys.
Meaning the
These are
spiny
the-
guys or the Hollow Men?
The spiny guys. These are the same ones that killed her, right?
No, these are Spine
No.
Devils. The ones that killed you
Oh,
are
those-
Abishai.
Okay.
The Abishai are the big gargoyle guys. Spine Devils are a couple rungs below Abishai on the great Beatisu ladder.
Oh, all the better. Then they probably won't stand up to the destructive wave she's about to cast. So they're all going to make Constitution saves.
I like when
What's
I
the
get
range
to
on
roll
that?
a lot of d20s.
30 feet.
I'm looking for
It
a
doesn't hit
19.
allies.
No, I know that. I was making sure though.
19's not going to hit.
Is that my save DC is 19?
No, it's 20.
20. Okay, well they didn't get anywhere close to 19, so they're about to take the full brunt of Riot's destructive wave.
Okay. So this is half thunder, half. Wait. This is half thunder, half radiant. Are they going to resist any of that? Do I need to break this up?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second then. These are d6s, not d8s. Right. Good to know. Okay, so for the thunder, they will take 17 thunder.
Okay.
And then for the radiant, another 17.
Okay, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
And as they die, as they all hit the floor one by one, their forks disintegrate into dust. Riot, moving or staying put?
Riot just shrugs and stays put.
Okay, Nath.
Good.
All right. Let's go ahead and cast. God, what do I have left? I think I want to use a. Yeah, first level magic missile. And what I'm gonna do is gonna put. Oh god damn it! Stupid steam overlay. I'm gonna put 1 missile here and 2 missiles here.
Okay, that's an automatic hit, right?
Yeah.
So he's
It's
just
not. It's just damage.
Yeah, he just explodes. He's only got 1 hit point. And how much?
And
to
the other one gets
this
to
man?
take 8 force damage.
Okay.
And that's the end of Nath's turn.
It's gonna bring us to Mahogany.
All right.
I'm sorry to say there are no more Spine Devils for you to breath weapon.
Oh, I mean, I would have hit us if I tried to do that. So
I figure you weren't concerned about that.
I actually can't get close enough to hit these guys, so I'll just kind of step in front of everyone.
Okay.
And I don't want to boil away all of our liquids.
Well,
So
the liquids
instead-
that you put into the drains so far, you've only put a couple drops in each one. So there's not actually anything filling up the basin to speak of. You've only been testing
Oh.
a few drops in each.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
case, fuck these guys. Let's go for a nice flame breath.
Okay.
And we actually do have enough space here that it won't bounce back and kill Nath.
Yeah, that's plenty of room. I've got an 18 and a 14.
No, neither of those are going to do it.
All right, roll some damage.
Oh, jeez, do I even have to? Come on, it's so many D10s, Rickard.
I love rolling damage. It's your
I
favorite
know,
thing to
but
roll?
it's like,
Would-
at this point, it's like an unwieldy amount of D10s.
Okay, well, only roll two of the d10s then.
No, I'll roll all of them just for you.
I'll give you a severe damage penalty if you're going to bitch about it.
That's going to be 66 fire damage.
That's enough to kill
An
both of them.
exactly average amount of fire damage.
So I feel like at one point in development, they talked about how they were going to, in 4th edition, move most of the dice into static damage, so you never ended up rolling more than like 4 or 5. And they never actually did that, ever.
Thank God they didn't, because it's way better this way.
It's way more fun this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just lean out and just boil the two hollow men away. And once again, you're
And then
left in the
Mahogany
cold
looks back at
silence of
Riot
the room.
and shrugs.
Yeah.
How does a dragon shrug?
It's really large and really impressive.
Okay. Well, Kelian hops over to the wall, slinks down, pulls out a cigarette, and lights up.
Okay.
Kelian,
I
do
will
need to
say the
heal
fun
you
thing about what-
again?
Zook goes over here to retrieve the dagger that
Okay.
he threw, and then
What was that, Riot?
Do I need to heal you again?
Yeah.
Alright. Right, sighs and starts singing the song of vitality.
I mean, didn't heal me the first time. Sang it like 3 minutes ago or whatever.
I mean, that's fair, Riot.
I know, but I just did this.
Well,
It's an encore. Encore,
Yeah.
encore.
opened the door and there's 6 spine devils waiting for us. Took them all to the face.
Mahogany stands there looking out the door, rolling D6s until he gets his fire breath back. Just come around the door. I'm waiting.
So how much healing on that aura?
I'm gathering up the ridiculous number of dice to cast it now. This is
Again, I'll
at our
give
level.
I'll give
I
you
know,
a
sorry.
dice penalty if you want. If we want to just
And this
lower
is
everything
immediately
down.
after Nick gave me shit for saying this.
I did not. I did not. I said you love rolling dice. It's your favorite thing in the world. I don't. I never have loved dice. 120.
All right.
How much does Kelian need?
He needs 81.
Well, he can have it. Now I've got 40 left.
Alright.
Nope, I've got 39 left.
Nice.
can Zook and Liberation split that?
Yeah, Zook can have 19, Liberation can have 20.
Sure.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Rogue tank. Yeah.
And the song of vitality fades away, wiping out the last vestiges of the Banshee's wail. You're left again in the silence and cold of this room.
Guess
Is
how
there
many
anything
hit
useful
points Zook
behind that
has?
door?
Looking into this room, looks like a small guard outpost. Looks like these guys were jailers. And the room on the other side is considerably colder than the one you just left, to the point where you see frost encasing the inner walls and reaching up to the ceiling of the room. You imagine this is the 2 ice devils that you killed earlier were in charge of this place.
Don't sass me with your frost room. I'll burn you.
Alright, this whole thing was a bust. There's no oil here.
Positive attitude, Riot.
That's it. This room is just cold. There's no doors or.
Just when you
Okay.
came in.
Nothing of importance in the room. Just tables and shit.
Alright. That's. Bummer. Do we even need to keep this door open now?
No, we can take that.
Nah,
back.
we can.
Yeah.
You can hold it, Kelian. You're usually near these doors.
So you're gonna just trap that man's corpse in there forever?
Oh yeah, now that we've that's
Oh yeah, do you want to cast the ritual of
No.
for the tensor's disc?
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
just
not-
burn him.
Not you.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
does
no, that's right.
Now that we're
Is that-
not in that room anymore, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean,
fill
does one
the
of the
whole room
priests
with
have a better
fire.
idea of what to do with it?
Too late. I already did it.
Okay.
So you just blast with dragon fire. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll nod towards liberation.
Liberation looks grateful.
Right, you're opening up this gold door?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Somebody else is doing that.
I'm just standing here to oversee, supervising. I'll do it.
Alright, Mahogany, go ahead and mark off 2 more.
But
This
first,
room
I need
is
to know from
called
Riot.
A drop of avernus.
A drop of avernus.
As opposed to a bowl of Anaheim.
Significantly worse.
How much do I give you here?
Is it dark? Oh no, it's just down.
So once again, the radiance fills the hallway of the room beyond. You see a gold door ahead of you to the left. And again, the walls are covered in the celestial imagery, and the stairs ahead of you are again carved with hundreds and hundreds of names. And the radiance inside of this chamber flows back at you. Looking against the far back wall here is another pool of what just looks like pure sunlight.
Do we have to gather that up?
No, that's not. Are we gonna pipe in this door? By the way.
Healing can do it.
Might be worth it.
Sure. I'll put the python I just grabbed, and I'll put it in the door.
Okay.
Thanks, Kelian.
How long did those songs of rest take, by the way?
A minute.
1 minute.
Okay. So I still have some time left on the protection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I call them 1 minute rests.
So the stairs ahead of you descend about 20 feet into the next chamber, and light just spilling up. So you've got good amounts of radiance coming from both directions. Going to the bottom of the stairs
This castle's weird. This
You
pit
could
fiend
look.
is weird.
through the rest of the chamber. So off to your right, you see a silver door. Then off to your left, you see another gold one.
Okay. Mata's this way. There's nothing between us and him but a key door.
Riot.
Mhm.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Figured that's what's coming.
As expected.
Hey, look at that. That works out to a 28.
28. For a moment, you feel, as you step closer to this silver door, you feel a sharp pang in your mind. And then you hear, telepathically, someone speaking to you in that sickening alien way that you recall from the Nautilus ship. And it says, "State your business, interloper."
We came for names. We want names of rooms. And Riot is saying this out loud because she figures whoever is on this I can hear her. Well, actually, she says that out loud and waits for a response.
Okay.
Can the person on the other end hear me? I guess I'll find out in a second.
And after a few more moments, you hear a response. And it says, "Did anybody not enter the room? All 6 of you are here, yes? Yeah."
Yeah.
And it says, "We can feel that 5 of you are food, and 1 of you is of the slave kind. Can we make use of you?"
No, you actually can't at all. The Gith behind me is an extremely powerful wizard who I had to talk down from killing you on sight.
It tells you to allow the slave kind to approach the door.
That's a...
Riot
That's-
beckons Nath over. Says it wants to talk to you.
Server thoughts are, you sure you want to die?
Nath, make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't have to ask if this is a spell.
You don't.
That's a yes. Get the actual number. That's a 20,
Okay.
and I can put more on it if I need to.
No, 20 will do it. And you feel that same stinging pang in your mind, and you know one of the squid heads on the other side of this door is trying to reach into your brain and find out what you're thinking.
Just kind of give Riot a look, like, this is how we're playing it, huh?
And Riot says again, I told you, very powerful wizard. He's even readier now to kill you than he was a few seconds ago. Just give us the names.
And for a moment, you just stand there in silence. And you're about to have Kelian come up and open this door. And open a can of whoop-ass on some squid heads.
Mm-hmm.
When finally, the response comes back. And it says that being lesser creature, being smaller minds, those of you that are food or of the slave kind, that you would know the sensation of fear.
You are not even the first. We fought our way through an entire ship of Nodaloid.
You broke up there a little bit, Nick.
Oh, we fought our way through an entire ship of your kind, Nodaloid.
Make an... Let's go with intelligence intimidation.
Okay. Let's see here.
Because your goal here is you're just trying to make them understand that you are going to destroy them if it comes to that.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe in many other circumstances.
I had to work out what intelligence intimidation would look like for me. Ah, very good. 24.
24. And you can't tell what the thing on the other side of the door is thinking. So again, you stand in silence for a moment. But you think you're getting through to it. Because the response that comes back seems very wary. And it says, the slave standing next to you, is it called Nath?
That's not the answer to the question I asked. What are the names of the doors in this place?
And it says, if we relinquish to the food the names of the doors, we destroy our own chances of safe exit from this place.
Do we all
Right.
hear this, or is this only to the
Just
children?
Riot for now.
Okay.
Not even Nath at
Right.
the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Riot
no,
messages Nath. And says he has correctly figured out that as soon as we get the names, we will kill him.
That's a shame.
That's it? That's the response?
That's not. I mean, yeah.
Then the thing on the other side of the door speaks again to Riot. You are silent.
We are conferring. Riot casts glibness with a little series of knocks on her knee.
Okay.
It says, but the result of our conference is that we have determined that he will not kill you.
And the response again comes inside your mind. Hold on, I'm just making sure that glibness isn't going to do anything Beatorian to you.
I cast it once and it didn't have any problems.
So no matter what you say, magic that would determine if you're telling the truth indicates that you're being truthful. But you also know that glibness is a transmutation spell. And Beator does weird things to transmutation sometimes.
Okay.
The response you get when you say, we've determined that Nath's not going to kill you, says that it fears neither food nor slaves, though it has a great admiration and fear of Destin Locke.
Brick.
Yeah.
It said 6 people, right, in this room?
Yeah,
5 people and the slave?
Yeah.
Well, I was asking if
Frightful
all
presence.
6 of you had entered the room.
Yeah, but it specifically mentioned that it knew I was there.
Yeah?
Frightful presence. You needed to make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute.
Don't they have to attack you to do that?
No.
Because last session you said they had to actually attack you to do
When
that.
when I attack, I can use frightful presence as part of my action.
Okay, to be clear, this is a combat action, which means the next thing out of my mouth is roll initiative. Is that your goal?
He's a cipher.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Sure.
All right,
Fuck
roll initiative.
Jesus.
I'm going to double check how Frightful Presence works.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an actual action. It's not just a passive ability.
No, it's an action.
Okay.
It's just that when I attack, I can use it for free.
Wait, what?
When I attack,
It's
I can
part
use
of
it
his-
as
it's
part
part
of
of
my
his
action.
Yeah, it's part of his multi-attack.
Yeah, it's part of my multi-attack. That's why I
Oh,
said,
right,
like,
okay.
if I use a melee attack, I can use Frightful Presence, but I can also just use it.
Well, you can use it if you beat them on initiative.
Right. I'm not too worried.
Give me a second to get to that page in my book.
There's just no way I can allow thematically it to keep
Not to
telling
be
us
afraid
it's
of.
not afraid.
Yeah. Right.
I simply can't. It would go against everything I am.
Okay. And we have one open door behind us.
Livid conspiracy.
Yep.
Right.
That's gonna be the name of the room.
The
12.
fuck?
12.
Yes.
Kelian.
24.
24. Liberation.
Liberation is on a 18.
Nath.
Nath acts at 16.
Mahogany.
25, sorry, Kelian.
And Zook.
Zook is on 16 with Nath.
Oops. There we go. Just gonna let Nath act twice. This seems like his jam.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of saving throw is that?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. And what's the DC?
21.
Seems like they might be able to make this.
They'd have to roll well. I mean, anything can make it if they roll well.
Sorry, just typing some stuff out here. And you actually have no idea how many of them made it because they're on the other side of a closed door. Moving or staying put?
I'm staying put.
Okay, are there any other additional effects beyond just the fear condition?
No, my hope was to affect the conversation that Riot was having.
Okay.
So
well,
honestly, the rest of my party might not even be aware I used it.
Well, it's Kelian's turn. Well, that's true. So we'll just say Kelian's surprised. So Kelian doesn't get to do anything.
That's Kelian's favorite thing to hear.
Yeah. Okay, now I've got to look
Kelian,
up
who are you going to shoot?
spell
There's
to
no one
see if
even there.
I'm about to get messed up by Beator stuff.
At least I know there's one person in this party who I'll have made happy.
I have to check to see if this ability requires line of sight. Liberation, Kelian, Mahogany, and Zook. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Zook probably passed.
Fail.
We're looking
Probably
for
pass?
a 15.
Oh, that's a pass.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
failed?
Zook
Who failed?
passed.
Kelian failed.
Kelian. Kelian, you have no idea what's going on. 1 minute, you see Riot and Nath standing at this door having some kind of conversation. Then Mahogany does something behind you, and you feel very unnerved. And then you just feel this strong confusion take hold in your mind.
Cool.
So you cannot take reactions, and at the start of your turn, we get to roll a d10 to see what stupid shit you do.
All right. Oh. I'm down to clown.
Okay?
It's good because you're gonna.
Okay, that's going to bring us to... Oh, I got to look one more spell. Sorry. I'm trying to be fair, you know. You guys aren't native to Beator. You guys get fucked with spells sometimes. These guys aren't native to Beator.
Are they casting spells?
They might be. You have no idea.
I was making a joke because we keep psionics.
Liberation. You are surprised. Nath, you are very much not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the most on edge of all of us.
So you can go
There's
ahead.
not much I can do through this door, though, right?
Disintegrate the door.
I don't know. If you have spells that don't require line of sight.
Oh, you
Yeah, I'll ready an action to chain lightning as many Illiths as I can when the door opens.
Okay.
Kelian, get this door.
do. Oh, he's confused as hell. And I'll
Zook.
say that out loud. I see him.
Oh, Zook is going to be surprised. And Riot, you are also definitely not surprised. And before you act, I mean, you hear a response from the other side of the door that sounds very angry. And it says, "If it must come to hostility, then food you shall be." But it's your turn.
Riot just calls it, alright, which one of you fucked up? And cast knock on the door.
Cast knock and blow the door open?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to trigger their held action first, and then it'll trigger Nath's held action. Because shit's about to get real fucky. So, you guys see 4 illithids in the room. Actually, we're going to make one of them a different color, because he's wearing much nicer robes.
I wonder why.
Do you really?
Not really.
Oh, this is going to trigger all of their held actions, actually. Okay, so these guys are kind of cowering in fear. Oh, you know, I need one more of these. Sorry. There's 3 of them cowering in fear at the back of the room. But their held action still will go off. So to begin with, I need Nath, Kelian, and Mahogany to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, good.
Is that against a spell?
It is. Well, against psionics, but yeah, spell.
Oh, I mean, well, my class feature specifically works against spells.
It's psionic spell casting. It's
Okay,
actually, you know what? This does not count as psionics. This is just a spell. This is just a regular ass spell.
It's a DC.
DC is going to be 15.
And how many of these were there?
There's going to be 3 of these coming, so
Okay.
One against you, though.
One,
Oh, one each.
made 2.
Then I pass. If it's
Okay.
one each.
I thought it was one save for each of them.
this is just the first save. We're going to
I
do one
failed
at
one.
going to do
and
one at a
made
time. Okay, 39 damage.
What kind?
Lightning damage. As this guy here lets a lightning bolt rip down this side of the hallway.
And resistance doesn't stack, does it?
No.
No.
Now I need Riot's Liberation and Zook to make that exact same saving throw.
Kelian took no damage. This is awesome that way.
It's a dex save, right?
Yes.
6.
There we go. Zook passes. You said 3 saves?
Just make one save.
And the
Alright.
DC's 15.
DC's 15. This is going to be 22 lightning damage as my man
Riot
here
saves.
lets a lightning bolt zip down the other line.
So Riot
0
takes,
damage to Liberation and Zook.
Riot takes half of half because she's got.
Yeah.
She made
And
the save.
Nath's
she's got
taking half of half.
armor on that has resist lightning.
Okay. So this guy here, kind of standing off to the side of this room. Nath, you are very adept at kind of reading the emotional state of illithids, if anybody can be. These 3 are obviously terrified because there's a dragon on the other side of the room. These guys here are just regular terrified. Something's got them spooked, and you're pretty sure it's not you, considering the way they were speaking to Riot a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now this guy's held action goes off. He's also casting a spell.
Counterspell.
You're going to counterspell him. What level counterspell do you use?
3rd.
Wait,
Third?
Wait, who's casting the spell?
The green man over here.
Okay, you
Green
don't
man.
want to cite him.
Nath can see him, but not Liberation.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nath, go ahead and make that roll.
That counters up to 10th level.
Okay, so he goes to cast a spell, but it fizzles out. And then the 3rd guy's spell over here goes off.
Counter.
You're going to counter
Yep.
it. What level?
Yep. Level 3.
Make that roll.
Nope.
Oh,
Sorry.
It was a
That
good
is
thought.
only a 9.
Okay. And he casts a spell, but you do not immediately see what it does. And then Nath's spell, or Nath's
They all
held
get to
action.
make DC 19 dexterity saving throws.
Oh,
These
cancel.
4.
I just burned 5 key points in about 2 seconds of in-game time.
So Nath, you unleash chain lightning into the room, and the lightning just crackles and dissipates against the wall of force that one of them put in the doorway. 2 of them threw lightning out. His spell got countered. He put up a wall of force, and your chain lightning can't get through.
Where's the wall of force?
I mean, it's invisible. You don't know exactly where it is.
Sure, but we saw where the lightning stopped.
Sure, in the doorway here, but you don't know where it
Okay.
extends to beyond that.
Great, thanks.
So that was Riot's turn. Are you right? Moving or staying put?
Riot's gonna find some people.
Okay. Mahogany, you're up. Oh, I guess I should give you guys a description of the room now that you can see inside of it.
Yeah, and the people in it.
Oh, the people are olithids.
Okay.
They're squid heads. They look. They're dressed a lot different than the ones that you saw aboard the Nautilus, though. These ones are wearing wizardly robes, and this one in particular looks very ancient. This green one down here. So looking into the room, it looks like a very large guest chamber. That would be like done up very ornately, very well decorated for receiving and entertaining guests. Maybe like a banquet hall of sorts. But it's been repurposed to house these 5 olithids. You see sleeping quarters set up, and you see again along this north wall here a very large amount of books, tomes, and things, which you already know from speaking with Thusius, that these are gifts made of Locke to his guests. And Mahogany, you can take a turn now.
Well. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
I'll share over the mind link. That lightning was the last valence I have that can support a disintegrate. I can't bring the wall down.
I think he only had one disintegrate. Yep, he's only got one disintegrate too. So we might be at an impasse here.
Yeah, dispel magic doesn't work on those, right?
No, you need.
Nope,
No.
just disintegrate.
And he can't bring it down himself, can he?
It's concentration.
He can stop concentration on it, but you don't have a way to force him to, and otherwise it'll last about 10 minutes.
I kind of like the situation here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would be fine with just stopping combat here.
So, given that nobody has a way to bring down the wall of force,
Bring down the wall.
Let's resume negotiations. Now you can see. That
Wait,
we
is
have-
Kelian confused?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kelian's confused, so...
so during this conversation, Kelian
I'll
is just walking
restrain
around
Kelian
bumping into
until he
things.
makes his save.
You can see that we have a large gold dragon on our side.
Mahogany waves.
As he restrains the rogue.
I can wave him my tail.
We've got what it takes to kill you, if it comes to that. And I didn't want it to.
And he walks right up to like the glass, I guess we'll call it,
Yeah.
right in front of Riot. And this thing is discolored. It's not the same deep purple color as the rest of the Illithids. It's got splotches of what looks like, as he gets close to you, if this were human skin, you would call it disease. This mottled and scar tissue look. And you can't really say for sure because Illithids are weird creatures, but you think he's walking with a noticeable limp as he moves over. But he stands before you defiantly. And it says to your mind, each of us has something the other needs.
And what is it we have?
It says, the accursed Locke has tricked us coming here. He called us guests, but we are really prisoners.
That would be why you're in the cells area.
He said they were lured here
Mm-hmm.
with the promise, and he gives like a sideways glance at Nath. The promise of a powerful, spell-slinging slave.
Ah. How long ago was this?
And it just says very recently.
So Locke is as scared of us as you should be.
But it tells you in no uncertain terms that it will tell you nothing unless you grant it safe passage from this compound.
Just you or all of you?
No, his whole party. All 5 of them.
That's their terms, Nath. They want safe passage out of here.
I will
In
not
return for
condone
the-
others to servitude or worse.
Okay, but here's the thing. We've got the Relentless out there. And they can get out of here safely, and we can grant them that. But we send word to our people on the outside, and this is all being done through message.
Sure.
Send word to our people on the outside, and we'll clean them.
I mean, right, I've already told you I'll make no deal with Illithids. They can plane shift out, so whatever's preventing them from doing so, I don't even believe them.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, Riot, but they're just trying to work on whatever they can with you.
Okay.
Nath, make an intelligence arcana check.
24? 25.
You know that Illithids have the innate ability to plane shift. It's just a psionic ability that they're able to do. The fact that these haven't left means either they're lying to you about their purpose here, or for some reason they no longer have that ability.
Right. Yeah, no, and Nath has absolutely no... Nath's too paranoid to assume that they don't have the ability.
Gotcha.
Alright, in that case, Nath, go walk down that hallway, and I will lie to these Lithids and tell them that their passage is safe.
And guess what Nath sees at the top of the hallway? Kelian, go ahead and make that saving throw 3 times. That conversation probably only took a couple seconds.
This is wisdom.
Yeah, it's a shake off confusion.
That is a 17.
17? Okay, that's fine. And you shake off the confusion. Nath, you go to walk around the corner because you have to do what Riot tells you to do. And you have visitors coming down the hallway with their swords and their javelins, and we'll just pick up the initiative order right on your turn.
Oh, Nath?
Yep.
Explodey bastards.
These aren't. These are the Hollow Men. There
No,
are no
it's just
explodey bastards.
Let's go ahead and do a frostbite on that one. DC 19 Constitution save.
Not even close.
It's 21 cold damage and disadvantage on its next weapon attack.
You said 21 damage?
Yep.
Okay, staying put in that square.
Yeah, and I'll obviously relay over the mind link. We have company.
And now it's Zook's turn.
Zook. Lulupihu Luluwile.
How many times per day can he do that?
It says there's no per day about it in the stat block.
Oh,
Oh, there should be.
Oh, Rick goofed
but
up.
there's not.
Yeah, no, that seems right. That sounds correct to my
I remember
recollection.
hearing that a few times.
I almost don't even want to fix that because that makes sense. In 60 years, Zook just found a way to make his amulet better.
That sounds like the one thing that Zook would do, so I'm willing to buy it.
So what does Zook do?
Zook is going to move across the hallway here, and next turn he will take his shot.
Okay. Riot, you see... they get to repeat their... I'm going to give them 3 saves against your fear, too. That's
He had
only
to give
fair.
off. He had to give up his hit dice or to get that.
What's my DC against Frightful Presence?
21.
There's 1 pass. So 2 of them have come out of it at this point. So Riot, you see 2 of these guys they're starting to rally around back here.
I mean,
Because-
okay, but there's a fourth wall.
They can see that Nath and Zook are engaged with something down the hallway, and you can see they look very nervous. So the three of these guys on the other side of the force wall are beginning to prepare spells. You're pretty sure if something brings this force wall down in the next minute, you guys are probably going to get fried with lightning bolts again. That's going to bring us to Riot's turn.
Riot says to the Mind Flayer on the other side, "It's done. My companion is leaving because he wants no part in this deal, and so I've told him to go away, which he has done. You'll have safe passage out of here."
And the response comes and says, "You tell me this, even as I observe your companions brandishing weapons."
Oh, that's a different thing. That's the Hollow Men who live here.
So no action for you? Just talking to this guy?
I think it's trying to make a deception check to convince him that everything's cool and our deal is on.
Okay, go ahead and make your deception check.
Goody. Okay, so that's a 33.
Pretty damn high.
He had a 21 on his insight.
And he's pretty sure no one could ever fool him.
But yeah, no action from me other than
Okay. It's going to bring us to Mahogany.
Yeah, and when Riot mentions the Hollow Men, Mahogany will raise up one claw. He'll say like, "Oh, 1 second." Flame
Bird.
breath.
BRB.
I have a 22. That's a high
Yeah,
save.
that'll do it.
That'll do it. The other guys
Still take half, though.
don't even come close. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too many dice. I don't want it.
Hey, if they save, I'll roll all the dice.
One of them did save.
Yeah.
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 So for the next campaign, I'm not going to impose new rules at the end of the campaign, but for next campaign, hard limit. Nodal never rolls more than 4 dice, no matter what. Everybody else is fine because he's
Hey
the only
man,
one.
it's fine. I'm gonna be fuck, can't say.
Spoilers.
67.
67. So you fry 2 of them. The one that Nath already froze, and the second one. And this guy is bloodied.
And then I'll stand in front of Nath.
And then you curve into the hallway in front of that, or into the stairway rather?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy is no longer unable to use, like, he's no longer at disadvantage, but he still won't move closer to me.
Kelian's up.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot him.
Okay.
Yeah. 14?
14 is not going to do it. I mean, it's an awkward shot because you're shooting up the stairs.
Yeah.
We'll
kinda-
we'll say that's
It's not
the
your
reason.
fault.
You duck away? Okay. It's going to bring us to... Oh, I guess the Illithids moved a little bit out of sequence. That's fine, though. It's going to bring us to Liberation.
Liberation is gonna.
Did cost a bolt, though.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, and I'm gonna dart him.
Okay.
Do it. Use the dart.
No, that's only a 13.
Only a 13. Does not do it.
Yeah. Liberation takes a step back.
Nath.
Mm-hmm. Oh, am I up again?
Yep.
This one can also make a DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
Big fail.
Yes, he can't. My bad. He takes 11 cold damage and disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lean into Mahogany here and whisper, when the wall comes down, I'm going to haste you. Go in there and eat as many of them as you can. I'll be on backup.
So, to
And
be
that's
clear,
whispered as quietly as I can.
Nath is planning to break the deal that Riot's making with these Illithids.
Nath made no deal, and he was very clear about that.
Okay.
He thinks Riot's a fool to even consider the possibility that an Illithid would make a deal with her.
Okay, we'll find out in a
Also-
minute
well,
if Mahogany's
Well,
on.
also remember that Riot's check was deception, not persuasion. Riot knows what's going to happen. Let's be real.
That was Nath's turn. It's going to bring us to Zook.
Zeus gonna pop out and take a shot at advantage with the dagger.
Do it!
Throw it.
Ah!
That'll still hit.
Yeah, that's a 19.
19 will hit.
I just noticed there was the nat 1 there. Let's see. I do these and then a D4. That'll.
Do you really need the D4?
Now he's complaining about other. Now he's complaining about other people rolling dice.
Yeah, I
It's
heard
never
it.
gonna end.
I heard it. It's ridiculous.
45 damage.
Yeah, no, he dead.
But without that D4, he would have been fine.
Is it
Exactly.
moving or standing?
Yeah.
Okay, he's moving back.
Goes back over here.
Right, you hear the response. It says, "We have conferred. We will allow you to escort us to the exit. And then we will impart the information that you seek."
Sounds good. My men will be bringing up the rear. Anything happens, if you do anything to break the deal, of course, they'll attack. But I don't think we should have that problem.
I mean, Nath is no longer in its line of sight, but he's watching these people fire arrows down the hallway and throw knives and...
So Riot says over her other mind link.
Hold that thought, not your turn yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, is the combat still going on?
Yes, absolutely. Because you made an accord with him, you see he gives a slight nod, and then he begins stepping out of the hallway.
Okay. Now can Riot see something with my men?
Now it's Riot's turn.
Riot says, the deal is we escort him out, we get the words, you guys are free to do whatever you want after that. And then she starts moving.
Didn't we plane shift into here?
No, we did not.
You
we-
guys traveled here.
What was that, Brick?
You guys traveled here by a long and
On board.
enduring road that we actually kind of just fast forwarded through.
So that's my question: is does Riot have the impression that he means through that whole frickin' road? Because I'm not gonna pretend.
Oh, no. Riot's impression is that it's through the door of the fortress.
Okay.
And then they're left to fend for themselves on Baitor.
Mahogany, your good
They
friend
can
Nath
probably-
said as soon as the Wall of Force comes down, go in and eat them. And you're pretty sure the Wall of Force is down because Riot's stepping away and the old Illithid is following her.
Oh my good friend Nath told me as soon as the wall of force was down, he was gonna cast haste on me, and then I would eat them.
And then you eat them.
Riot also gave you a different command over the mind link I want to point out.
Yeah, but I don't trust Riot at all.
This is fair.
So what is Mahogany doing on his turn?
I'm waiting for Nath to cast haste on me. I'll let Nath make the judgment.
So no action?
If Nath casts haste on me, he was gonna attack these Illithids anyway, so there's no point in me even.
So the question
like,
is, what
not
is
going to
Mahogany's action on this turn?
On this turn, I wait.
Do nothing. Okay, Kelian, you're up.
Yeah, Kelian is going to join in on the violence once it starts. So he will do nothing.
So doing nothing. Okay. And This guy's little cadre of Illithids forms up behind him, and the group of them tentatively begin stepping out of the room. And
Now here's the $1 million question.
What's the 5-letter word that Nath casts?
it's going to bring us to Liberation.
Liberation makes way.
Okay. All right, Nath. It's up to you.
All right, 60 feet of movement is there.
Okay.
That's Nath's turn.
Not casting haste.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Zook.
His hand is on the scroll case though, because that's where that haste spell is.
Zook's foot is bouncing. But he's waiting.
No action.
No action.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have him hold his action. They're gonna move as a group. So right, you're just gonna lead them out. Is that the intention?
Yeah.
I'll call back Kelian. There's a silver door.
So what is the plan with these Illithids, Nath? You're gonna let them go?
No, Nath is just gonna move to here, and then probably end up killing them because he doesn't trust the Lithids.
So you're gonna let them march all the way out to there, and then you're going
Yeah.
to do what?
We'll see. I mean, Riot's the one who's made this deal. Nath will have no part of it, but he's gonna play along.
Yeah.
Everybody, go ahead and form up in the entryway here, where your people
Nath
are gonna
just
be.
wants to be out of line of sight so they can't counterspell him.
Before that happens, when Riot reaches here, she's gonna message Khalil, say, get clear of the entrance. There's a train of Illithids coming out.
I'm just gonna pull Mahogany into the alcove so that I have a good position.
Yeah, I figured I was big enough to be in both spots. Like, I'm not hiding in this alcove. That's the impression I get.
This is so,
Riot.
but for when we open up.
You guys get to the base of the stairs here, and Komato, the old mind flayer, stops, turns towards you, and beckons you closer. And as you do, you see some of the tentacles on the front of his face flick out towards you.
I'm not getting that close.
Are you standing within 5 feet of him?
Yeah.
You are? Then you're close enough. And you feel these tentacles lash around the back of your head, along the back of your neck, one up over the top of your scalp. But they don't feel pain. You don't feel the telltale bite of the Illithid's tentacles. What you do feel is just this surge of information flowing into your brain. It kind of hurts at the back of your eye sockets. Then you feel the disgusting sensation of these tentacles sliding off your face and neck. Komato tells you, now you know what I know. And he leads his Illithids up the stairs and out of the compound.
Does
Khalil comes back down. Say smoke break.
Komato knew a lot of rooms. Right, make an insight check.
Okay.
Thusius knew a lot of rooms himself.
Actually, I'm gonna put some juice on that. Sorry.
Put some juice on that? Okay.
Yeah. Some bar juice.
Love that bar juice.
We need to actually
delicious.
make bar juice.
That orange juice.
Oh, that's a 1, so that turns into a 15.
Okay. So, I mean, slightly
That was
better.
it. That was the DC.
Yeah.
Thusius knew the names of rooms because Locke told him as a gesture of friendship and goodwill, etc. Komato knows a lot more names than Thusius did, so you get the sense that he was doing some psychic probing. He knows the names of the mirror rooms over here, pretty much everything in this area behind Edwina. He knows the names of both of the cells. You have both of the cells, right?
We don't have East of the Heart. We don't have the...
You do now. So these, this room here over to the east is called Those Contemplating Eternity.
Oh, I did have that one.
Did you have
Yeah,
this
we did.
room here?
That may have been the one that I didn't have.
Okay.
Yeah, give me that one.
Yeah, you didn't have that one yet.
Yeah. I in my notes I have east of the heart.
There's kind of 2 rooms east of there, yeah.
Yeah.
But that one is called The Root's Thirst.
The Root's Thirst. Okay. Are there any other rooms we don't know? We might have everything else. We
What
have
about
any-
this one?
Which one? That one, dining area. We might not have that one. Yeah, let's see if you had that one.
He does indeed. It's called Beauty and Death.
Okay.
Okay.
That's so edgelord.
He also has all the areas where you guys were checking out in the green beer area. He's got all those rooms, and the name of Enderthender's room as well. Did you have that?
That I think we didn't have.
Okay.
I don't have it in my notes anyway. So what is that?
It is a congregation of false faces.
Oh, I did have that one. Yeah, I got that one.
And I think that's the last of them.
Yeah, you got everything.
Very notably,
Ryan,
though,
hold-
he has nothing down in the Nightmares area.
Did he? Okay, so I knew everything he knew. Like not just the names of rooms, right?
He gave you all of the names of the rooms that he knew, which was a considerable amount.
Yeah, but I'm talking about other information about this place.
No, the deal was for names of rooms.
Oh, okay.
Safe passage for
Right,
names of
hold-
rooms.
Riot hold very still, and Nath pulls a glove out of his spell component pouch, pulls out a dagger, and tries to pick through the back of her head. Is there any like slime or skin or anything from this thing that came off when he did that?
There's not, no. No,
Riot does hold still because she's kind of worried about the same thing.
no, you don't
All right,
see
we
a
have to go back
puncture
to that.
wound.
We have to
or-
go back to their guest room and make sure there's anything there that we can take to scry on them later.
Good call.
Well,
Which is easy. Which is easy enough.
didn't you say you were gonna, give heads up to our ride outside that they need to stompify these things?
Oh, right. Yeah, 1 second.
Liberation actually uses the word stompify.
Riot knows that sending can be messed up on Beator, right?
Yes.
Would she know if it? Would it matter if I cast it from inside this fortress on Beator or outside it?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Question is, will Beator let a message go through that is, "Hey, kill these guys"?
I think that is a 16.
16?
Yeah.
In your experience, having been here and having a lot of different kinds of long-distance communication, it seems that when you can see the target, these communications go through okay. When you can't is when you start getting bizarre mixed messages. So you and Liberation are fine talking next to each other, but when Discordance whisked him off away from you, you were getting false information in his voice.
Am I able to see the Relentless from outside from outside the door here?
No, this door doesn't literally connect to the outside wall. You guys had to come through a considerable
yeah.
amount of the fortress to get into this
Yeah.
part of the compound.
Riot cast a spell anyway
Okay.
because gotta keep Nath happy. So I burn the slot, and the message I send is there's a group of mind flayers in lock service who escaped. We need you to destroy them.
Okay. And you don't get an immediate response. And you guys wanted to check out the Illithid's room next?
Yeah. So we
Okay.
can right down there.
And
That was-
Nath walks in and immediately starts searching for any sort of personal garment, bits of skin or anything like that. Again, he doesn't normally wear gloves, but he pulled out the Bigby's hand spell component glove he has and has a dagger just to kind of pick through things.
Okay. Nath, make an investigation check. So like I said earlier, the room looks like it's a banquet hall intended for entertaining guests. It looks like it's been repurposed into being housing for these specific guests. And
That'd be a 26.
26? Okay. And it looks like most of what they're doing in here, Nath, what you find very unsettling, is studying magic. A lot of these books, they're not spell books, they're not magical tomes in and of themselves, but you recognize a lot of the formula and like ingredients and things associated with arcane magic, which in your experience, illithids find detestable. As far as personal effects, I mean, they don't really have much. They didn't really have much of anything. They have their. I mean, they left with everything they had. But you do find buried under this stack of tomes and scrolls that they were poring over, you find a golden key.
Liberation?
Liberation activates detect magic.
And it's not magical. It's just made of gold.
Oh, it's just gold.
Hmm.
Oh, you
Hey,
know
Kelian.
what?
And I'll throw it to Kelian. Does that open anything you've seen?
Kelian catches the key.
Man, it's a gold key, and you're pretty sure you're not going to hand it back to him because it's made of solid gold.
Making a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
You think it might be that the guests, this might have been something for Locke's guests to let him in and out themselves in and out without poking their
Yep.
hands. You think maybe?
Could be.
While you contemplate
there's
that, we'll go ahead and take our break.
Okay.
I'm gonna call.
But there's been no keyholes or anything on the doors, right? Like
I'll
nothing
answer that
to-
when we come back in 15 minutes.
Alright.
I'll see you guys at about 5:10.
Brick, I have a question for you. Were
Sure,
you
and-
literally
and-
using that one variant?
Oh my god, Destil!
Destil.
What's the question?
Were you literally using that one variant Mind Flayer? Because I'm pretty sure it has wall force. Also, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm not answering that question.
Alright.
I'm not convinced you're not going to go out and fight these guys some more. I don't want you to know what they can do.
Yeah, once we conclude the campaign, then maybe.
Have we fought the monster that you said was your own personal homebrew that you've been waiting to use for decades?
That was the booze golem, yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
That's
When I was in
awesome.
high
I
school, one day, I had the 2nd edition monster manual with me, and I just sat down, because the last page in the 2nd edition monster manual was a blank page. Okay? And I went to the library, and I photocopied like 50 blank pages. So for like the next like 3 weeks, I was there just making up monsters, and I did like a bunch of different kinds of golems. Because you can make a golem out of everything. So I had like the booze golem, and I had a bread golem, and like just a bunch of stupid shit.
Pretty
How
sure a
old were you?
bread golem is in a game.
How old were you at the time?
14, 15.
Okay, so I have to
Thereabouts.
ask, did you make a poop golem?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you're not that young.
That would have been below me. Yeah.